Hi, my name is Kathy Ziglo and I'm 47 years old and I'm from Saskatoon. I work as an office administrator at Reliance Home Comfort here in the city.
Hi, I'm Isaac Mulder. I'm 17 and I'm a high school student at Tom Collegiate in the French Immersion program. I'm also a music teacher.
Hi, my name is Heather Rogalski. I'm 48 years old. I live in Regina, Saskatchewan, and I do office administration work for a living.
I'm Michael Hawkins. I'm 57 years old. I serve as the Bishop of the Diocese of Saskatchewan for Anglicans in Prince Albert and North, and I'm in Prince Albert now.
My name is Austin McKee. I'm 33 years old and I'm a primary care paramedic in Regina.
My name is Shailene Irwin. I'm 33 years old. I am a marketing consultant in Yorkton and I live in Springside.
My name is David Pratt. I'm 49 years old from Saskatoon.
My name is Tracy McDonald. I'm 51 years old and I'm a teacher in Regina.
My name is Max Ferguson. I am 44 years old. I split my time between Toronto and Regina. I'm a PhD student at York University and I'm also an artist.
Hi, my name's Jeremy Gabry. I'm a high school French teacher. I'm 37 years old from Regina.
Hi, my name is Jeff Chambers. I'm 45 years old and I'm a golf professional from Swift Current, Saskatchewan.
I'm Helmut C. I'm 71 and I'm retired.
I'm Diane C. I'm 71 and retired, and we live in Saskatoon.
I first got sick around the time when the pandemic started. It was back in late March.
So it started in the middle of November. I was having some minor headaches and some body aches.
So at the beginning of October, I started having a bit of a sore throat, but I didn't think anything of it.
It was somewhat ironically the Friday the 13th of November.
November 1st, I woke up with a slight cough and I wasn't super alarmed because we had been out last night. We took my little guy trick-or-treating. He's 3 years old. And I thought maybe just the cold air did it.
My symptoms started on October the 21st.
So I first got sick, I think October 18th. So I'd been in isolation with my mom who was COVID positive. And I had just like a sore throat, but then it went away and then it came back and it was just all hell broke loose.
My partner went to a curling bonspiel in Regina, and that was the weekend of November 13th. They had got back home from that, and stories started to circulate about a couple people not feeling well out of that bonspiel.
I first got sick about, I believe it was the night of November 29th. That was kind of before everything happened. I'd already been tested. I already found out I was a close contact. The close contact was already confirmed. So I got swabbed just because of my job and where I work. They want to stay on top of all the potential kind of issues that come with the COVID stuff.
But on October 6th, in the middle of the afternoon during one of my classes, I felt dizzy, I felt faint, I was feeling a hot flash, and I had to sit down.
So I first started seeing the symptoms. It was about the second week in November.
Friday, November the 20th. That's when I first started getting sick. That evening, I noticed I started getting chills, and I couldn't warm up.
So we decided to go on a cruise around South America. All I can basically remember is about the first 5 or 6 days. And then I guess I got it. And my memory goes kind of blank from that. And the first time I actually had memories when they flew me back to Saskatoon and St. Paul's.
And I decided to go get a massage. I haven't had a massage in, 8 years. And went for a massage. It didn't seem to help. It actually got worse.
Patty didn't have any symptoms at the time. A couple of her teammates started to get a little fluish. So they went and got tested on, they started self-quarantining on that Thursday, and they went and got tested on the Saturday. I think that was around the 21st of November.
Later that night, we got a letter from my son's daycare center saying that there had been a confirmed positive case there. So I already knew that I had a cough, and the cough was worse the next day because we were a close contact. We were set up with expedited testing. So we were tested, my husband, son, and I, on November 3rd. And we found out later that day that we were all positive.
I didn't really know I was sick, but then again, neither did anyone else, because I was living in a sort of a communal dorm situation with a group of people. None of us really knew what was going on. There was a lot of chaos at the time. And so, you know, I don't know, like, I think my symptoms started around that time, and they were very mild symptoms.
We flew down there on March the 7th. That's when we got on the cruise ship. And we didn't get isolated in our cabins until around the 20th, 21st. So there was a good 2 weeks that Helmut was fine. And we were all okay.
I just started feeling a little bit off. I wasn't quite sure. I didn't think I had anything, but at the same time, I just wasn't 100%. So I decided, for just safety of my family and everything, that I would go into isolation at that point.
We all had kind of different symptoms. My son was mostly just not himself. He was fatigued. My husband had really bad muscle aches. And for me, the fatigue was the worst thing. And I had a sore throat as well.
I then went for a test on the Sunday, was negative. I probably went a little bit too soon. I had just had a little cough, really nothing. But then for myself on the Monday, I started fevering, body pains, the aches, the flu type symptoms.
Middle of the week, I started feeling really just not myself. I was having some migraines I just couldn't manage. And come the Saturday, it hit me really hard. I was having headaches. I couldn't quench my thirst. I was having, I lost my smell completely. And that's when I decided on the Saturday, yeah, I should probably go get tested for COVID.
I didn't go anywhere. I just went straight home. I wasn't feeling well at all. And I stayed home the next day.
I started to feel unwell at work, and I came home and went to bed at 2:30. I'm not the most robust guy, but that's a little early.
So I went to sleep waiting for my results. I woke up in the middle of the night. I had a stuffy nose, bit of a headache, just felt kind of achy. Didn't feel like anything more than a normal head cold. I've been lucky with my symptoms so far. It's kind of been the same thing throughout.
In the beginning, I didn't have a lot of the stuff that they talked about. And the way I got diagnosed, because we didn't have tests at the time, there wasn't enough testing to go around. So I had to call Toronto Public Health. And I called Toronto Public Health twice. So I got two different nurses, explained my symptoms to them. And at the time, I'd had the sore throat and I'd had all of this stuff. So they said, based on the fever and all of the things you're describing, it sounds like you have the bug. And I think the trickiest part for me really was just that I was also 6 months pregnant when I was diagnosed. So for me, I think it ran me down a lot more, and it took me a lot longer to get over it than my husband and my son. There was a point of probably about a weekend where I could not catch my breath. I was so weak and so exhausted from doing like a minor household chore. And I thought, okay, maybe I need to think about going in, but luckily it got past that point.
I knew something was wrong. I checked my temperature and it was fine. And that night I started the kind of typical COVID cough and some real tightness in my chest.
When my son got home from school, we went to the drive-through testing site and we both got tested. So that was around 6 p.m. on October 7th. And I just remained at home, and Isaac did as well. My son did as well.
I just couldn't keep anything down. So in my mind, I thought when we got to Saturday, I just knew that there was nothing my body could do anymore because I just was so weak. So I called 811 and they recommended that I call 911 and go to the hospital. And in my mind, I was just going to be going for IV fluids because my neighbor had dropped over one of those oxygen cuffs and I'd been tracking it and it was staying consistent at 97. So I really just thought, I knew I was weak. I knew I felt poorly, but I had just started coughing and in my mind, I really just needed to get some fluids and I would be okay.